I'll tell a story and I'll close it out here. There was a man who married to a woman, married for a number of years, and they were, she would cook a roast. She would cook a roast with the bone in, and she would cook that roast with the bone in. And every time she cooked that roast with the bone in, she would cut the back of the bone off and a big portion of the meat off and put it in the oven and cook it. First time the husband saw her cut the bone off and cut the meat off and kind of discard it, he was a little shocked. He didn't say anything about it because he thought it was wasteful. The second time she made the roast, he looked at her again. She did the same thing, cut the back of the bone off, cut the big portion of the back meat off, and stick it in the oven and throw the rest of it away. He said, time went by and he went over to his mother-in-law's house. They were standing there talking, and he asked his mother-in-law, listen, why does my wife cut this big piece of meat off and cut this big bone off to cook the roast? He said, I don't understand it. I've never seen anything like that. The mother turns to her daughter and says, you fool. She said, the reason why I would cut the bone off and the back of the meat off is because we were so poor. We only had a small oven. And so the big roast couldn't fit into the small oven. That's why I cut it off. But the daughter carried a cultural way of doing things into the marriage, holding on to how her mother did things, not understanding the reason why she did things. And she carried that principle and held on to it to be true. And it did not serve her family at this point in her life. I know it's a funny story, but man, how many people take the way things were done in their house, not even understanding why the way things were done in their house, and carry it on as a truth, as a principle, stake their life on it, and force their family and everybody connected to them to do